the most important thing that I observed over the year, I think in looking back, has really just been a tremendous amount of growth that has, and it's all stuff that's coming to fruition. I think we to elaborate upon that. It was years ago when we began to start thinking about what is the progression that we need to take to become not only just like a fixture in the libertarian community, but to become a building, like build on the a powerhouse. How do we create something that is going to have a almost flywheel effect down the line? I think we are really, really, really close to turning the corner on an absolute flywheel of just virtuous a virtuous circle of good content leading to good conversations, leading to publicity, leading to earned media, leading to more good content. Let me just just to keep that roll going. And there is just something really magical about that. Once you get the right team in place, the right kind of attitudes that enable the creation of great work, and then the marketing behind it that will help to keep it all going. And it has been remarkable to see what this has led to. Again, I'm going to go back in time a little bit. It was actually at 2.5 years ago at Las Vegas and at Freedom Fest when we began this kind of conversation about what it would look like to create not just one or two podcasts, but a whole fleet of them in order to begin to kind of take over this kind of space of political commentary in the Christian realm with a liberty focus. And we're not taking anything over yet. We're not there yet, but we're making such a big impact, and it has almost grown exponentially since then, to where now we have seen over 150,000 podcast downloads this year alone from all of our folks who are producing, as well as as we have migrated to not just doing podcasts but to video. We've like literally doubled that again in growth in our YouTube channels, and that is due to the amazing cycle of content creation and the ideas that keep getting generated. And we added on the green room this year. We've started doing live streams. We've gotten doubled down on doing more and more like kind of short form videos and clips, and creating the idea of this almost funnel of bringing people in at the short to the medium to the long to the big meaty content that really changes people's hearts and minds. And this is only going to get better, because we have opportunities ahead of us with other streaming services who are considering, hosting our content, who may be taking short form clips that we create, or various other, kind of agglomerated stuff that we put together and highlighting it in their own materials. So there's a lot of signs that for where we are at right now are pointing in an immensely positive direction for exposure to people both locally here in the United States, but also worldwide, that there is something afoot in the realm of changing people's hearts and minds toward individual liberty from a Christian point of view. And so I think that's number one to me. Like, that level of growth is really remarkable. And the second one, which is, I don't think we've only begun really talking about this, but I can't understate that its importance for the future of what we're trying to do, both as an organization, but also for the cause of liberty, the cause of Christ, is the aspect of multilingual resource development. And what do I mean by that? Well, we started some experiments a few months ago where we made it possible for people to request automated translations of articles on the libertarianchristians.com website. And the response to that has been mind-blowingly weird and awesome and just magnificent. And by that, I mean the following. We started with the hypothesis that what we really needed to do was support our Spanish-speaking brethren. We have had a strong contingent of this, almost like, it's not a splinter group by any means. It's all part of us, called LCI Latino. And it's a small group of kind of admins, if you will, that are really interacting mostly on Facebook and Twitter with Spanish-speaking brethren, our brothers and sisters in Christ, who either speak limited English or don't speak English at all, who are talking about liberty and doing that in Spanish. So we knew that they wanted this stuff. And we didn't know how to provide it. We are not experts in just doing translations, nor do we have the resources to just mass translate a bunch of this stuff. We have to do it kind of ad hoc. We allow people to come in and do whatever they want. They can take our content, translate it however, publish it wherever. We just ask for a link back and it's all good. We don't care. We don't, copyright doesn't matter to us in that respect. But we enabled that to happen. So, but what we began doing again is we started finding software tools and AI tools that could do this for us and would take out the rate limiting step in that equation. And that has resulted in not only the Spanish speaking world having greater access to this, but we have seen tremendous interest from other cultures or other languages as well, other native speakers. We've seen a tremendous amount of interest from French Canada. One of the besides Spanish, the second most requested language for doing translations was French. We had no idea that was going to be the case, but in retrospect, it makes sense. But we have realized that we need to be perhaps a little more active in both recruiting people to that effect and reaching out, especially to those demographics. We've also seen some, of course, interest from our Portuguese brethren, Portuguese-speaking brethren. Brazil has long been a big supporter of LCI. Mises Brazil, for instance, has translated a number of our articles in the past, and that's been great to see. And we have a contingent of people out there who are continuing to make that happen. We hope to accelerate their efforts with these types of tools and being able to implement them, because it's stuff that we just can't do internally. We just don't have that capacity. We don't have that type of funding. We don't have the personnel. But with the right tools and the right and the right kind of mindset about how we can help, we can do a lot more. Another language, which I haven't even talked to Doug about this yet, we've been seeing a real big uptick in requests for German translations. There's a considerable amount of Europeans who come to the website on a daily basis. Like that is a reality. We're seeing more requests for those the Slavic languages and Germanic languages as well. There's a big uptick there. There does seem to be some correlation, I'm finding out, between that and some things that are happening even in Germany right now. We've even seen requests from Iran for translations and other places in the Middle East. So we know, and we've known this for some time, that the demand is out there. LCI is read in over 100 different countries on a yearly basis. We know that's real, but never before have we had this opportunity. And so we're I think we have a very positive outlook on what the potential for this will be in 2025. And I am trying to garner a lot of support for that. And if you guys know of folks out there who are interested in these types of projects, boy, are we willing to double down on that and do more. So I think that's, to me, like those two things, just the sheer amount of growth that we have seen over the last couple of years, but this year in particular, as well as this kind of opportunity that is presenting itself. I mean, this is on the verge of like you might as well call this speaking in tongues, because it is absolutely crazy the amount of reach that can be obtained through this. And we have no idea where this is going to end up. And we have to be careful. We have to be mindful about it. But there is an amazing opportunity here that I do not want to let up on. And that's my story right now, guys, is that I think that there is just so much room for growth overall in helping people worldwide with new ideas about liberty that haven't been available to them. We could be that opportunity for them. And I don't know of any other libertarian organizations that are even thinking this direction. I don't know why, but it's there. Like, let's do this, guys. Like, this is a crazy, crazy time to live in. And I think we just need to be paying attention for these opportunities.